Alright, these are the notes for 2-3 notes. Area of a trapezoid. Objective, you'll be able to find the area of a trapezoid. So, the height of the trapezoid is the distance between two bases. So just keep things in mind. The height is always the distance between the two bases. Now the bases are always the parallel lines there of the trapezoid. So the parallel lines are the bases, and the height is always the distance between those two bases. Key thing to remember, especially when trapezoids when they look a little bit differently. The formula for finding the area of a trapezoid. Step 1 is to find the average of the two bases. Then step 2 is multiply your height. So area of a trapezoid, base 1 plus base 2, those two added up together, divided by 2. And then that answer times the height will get us the area of the trapezoid. So trapezoids could look a little bit differently, but they're all trapezoids themselves. So you could have that traditional trapezoid, or you could have the traditional trapezoid where it's like flipped upside down, like where the bigger base is on top and the smaller base is on the bottom, like you see here. Let's ungroup. Probably used to seeing that trapezoid where the diagonals go out like that. When it's flipped upside down, that's still a trapezoid. Some trapezoids could look like this, where it's just one of the sides is a little bit of a diagonal, whereas the two bases, they're still parallel. However, this other side is perpendicular to the parallel sides. Makes that 90-degree angle, hence why there's a 90-degree angle there. And you can rotate that picture around a little bit, like you see right here. These two look alike. It could be rotated. That's also considered a trapezoid when you flip it upside down like that. And like this. So all those are trapezoids. Alright, so what we're going to see a lot on the Google Forms is trapezoids that look like this. And our goal is to find the area. So the base, 3.4 meters, and the 11 meters, those are both the bases. So we're going to add those two together, 11 plus 3.4. Then we're going to divide it by 2, and then times the height. The height is the distance between these two bases, which is 4 meters. That's why I have a 4 there. We simplify it. 3.4 plus 11 is 14.4. Divided by 2 times 4. 14.4 divided by 2 is 7.2. And then 7.2 times 4 is 28.8. So the area of this trapezoid is 28.8. Looking at number 2 here. We have 3.8 kilometers as a base, and we have 7.8 kilometers as the other base. We add up those two bases together, we divide by 2. And we're going to multiply it by the height of 6.7. So we substitute all the values in. 7.8 plus 3.8, those two bases. Add them up, divide it by 2. So when we add them up, we get 11.6. Divided by 2, we get 5.8. 5.8 times 6.7 gets us 38.86, which is B. Look at number 3. Same story. Our bases are 4.2 and 11. Add them up, divide by 2. And then multiply by 9.1. And we're going to get an answer of 69.16. Now this trapezoid even kind of almost looks vertical. This line right here. But the perpendicular line of the two bases is the 5.5. And here's the work. We substitute it in. 8.7 plus 4.1 divided by 2 gets us 12.8, and 12.8. I'm sorry, 12.8 divided by 2 is 6.4, and 6.4 times 5.5 gets us 35.2. Why don't you try this one on your own? Here's my work. See if you got the same thing. Did you get an area of 49? If so, you are correct. Here's another one. And here's the work. I got an answer of 3.4. Just to walk it through one more time. The bases, remember the bases are the distance of these parallel distances. So 1.3 feet and 2.9 feet. Those are the bases. And the height is between the space between the two parallel lines, which is 1.3 feet. We substitute those values in. So base 1 is 2.9 plus base 2 of 1.3 divided by 2, and then multiply by the height, which the height is 1.3. Multiply it all out, we get an area of 2.73 feet. Alright. Number 8. Try that on your own and then compare it with what I got here. Did you get 38.16? If so, you're right. Number 9. Our trapezoid, even though it looks funky, it's still a trapezoid. One base is 2 meters, the other base is 0.6 meters. The height is the difference between those two parallel lines. And here's the work. We substitute it in and we simplify, and we get area of 1.3. Number 10. And here's the work for that. Like answer of 6.48. Now, we could have area on top of an area, the complete different shaded region. So we could have a trapezoid inside a blue circle, like we see here. Now, a problem like this, we need to know the area of the trapezoid to find the area of the shaded region. So our goal is to find the area of the shaded blue region. So we're given the height of the trapezoid is 4 feet, the bases are 2 feet and 6 feet, and the radius of the circle is 8 feet. So first, I find the area of the trapezoid, which is 24 feet squared. Then I find the area of the circle. An area of the circle, in case if you forgot, is pi times radius, or pi times radius squared, because radius squared means radius times radius. So if my radius is 8, I do 8 times 8 times pi, which is 64 pi. So the area of the circle minus the area of this trapezoid will get us this area of the blue shaded region. So the area of the shaded region is 64 pi, the blue area, minus the area of the trapezoid, which is 24. So our answer is 64 pi minus 24. We could also put this into the calculator. 64 pi minus 24. And what we're going to get would be 177.06. So that's what will be represented as a decimal. ... Let's do another one. The height of a trapezoid is 5 feet, bases are 3 and 8. The radius of the circle is 11 feet. So, what we did before, we find the area of the trapezoid, which turns out to be 60 square feet. We also find the area of the circle, and we want to take the blue circle and we want to subtract the trapezoid area to get the shaded blue area. So the area is 121 pi minus the 60 of the trapezoid. Type that in a calculator and you get a decimal answer too. One last one. So find the area of the blue shaded region. So same setup. Here's our numbers. Let me crunch it out. Area of a trapezoid. The two bases added together. That's supposed to be added together. I goofed that? Yes, I did. We gotta fix this. So these are supposed to be added together. 2 plus 6 gets us 12. Well, that gets us 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. That makes more sense. Then 64 minus 16. Not the answer there. And this one is going to be 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 minus divided by 2 gets you 5.5. And 5.5 times 5 is 27.5. So this is going to be 121 pi minus 27.5. Let's fix this. So in this one, we got to add our bases. 12 plus 26. That's going to get us 38. 38 divided by 2 gets us 19. And 19 times 8 gets us 152. Good, so the area of the trapezoid is 152. Area is pi times radius. So 18 times 18 times pi, which is 324. So the area of the shaded region is, well, 18 times 18 gets you 324 minus 152. Now they could also do reverse, or they could give you the numbers inside, whereas they're saying that the blue height, the one base is 4, the other base is 9, and the height of the trapezoid is 2, and a radius of 8 inches. So they give the information instead of in words on the side, they put it right in the picture. That's a possibility. They could do it that way too. They could do a reverse, where they could even have a trapezoid is the bigger shape and the circles on the inside, similar to this. If we have a small little circle and the trapezoid is on the outside, and our goal is to find the red shaded region. So it could be all this red. I filled it all in. I'll do it quicker this way. Then we have to subtract a circle. So in other words, we have to find the area of the trapezoid, then we subtract the circle to find the other piece of the red. I'll just make it blue. So I could say find the area of the shaded blue region. So it could go that way too. Could also be other different shapes. It doesn't always have to be a circle and a trapezoid. It could be a triangle on the inside, or a star. You just got to work your way, knowing what you do know about the basic formulas that you've been given already so far in middle school and high school, for our circles, triangles, so on and so forth. Alright, anyway, classwork, homework, 2-3 CW1, trapezoids Google form is your classwork. Your homework is 2-3 HW1 trapezoids Google form. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or come next show. I'll be happy to help you out. Alright, have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.